All right, good morning, and welcome to our Somatics class for January 24th, 2026. Please do remember, if you are watching the recording, moving to the recording, as well as for those of you here live, listen to your body. Don't do anything that causes strain. Listen to what feels good. You can slow things down. You can choose an alternative exercise if one doesn't feel right for you, and let's go ahead and begin. But yes, listening to your body. The idea is that we stretch, move, and we breathe together. So let's just start by getting some motion going. We want to get our joints lubricated and the circling, little pump of the legs as it feels good. Sharon was saying her back was tight. I've been moving and picking up boxes, so I was looking forward to this as well. And then let's just do one side at a time, just getting a little motion through the ribs. So when our low back is tight or our neck is tight, it's good to move the joints surrounding that area rather than forcing them to move right away. Good. And let's just take it into a march. Let the arms swing. So we move the joints that feel good, which allows the muscles around the areas that feel a little tight to get some blood flow and start to relax. Good. Let's take your arms up and up. Slow things down a little bit. If balance feels challenging, lifting the knee, you can always do a toe tap. I think about the standing leg more than the moving leg. So focusing on the ground center line as you plant your foot down, tighten the standing glute and lift through your spine. Good. Hitting some balance right out of the gate here today. And then we'll just take the legs wide and just sweep side to side. Sweep side to side, lifting tall through the spine. We talk about ground center aligns through our breathing, but also through movement to keep us in good posture. Good. Now bring your arms down and just sidestep in. Sidestep in. Wonderful. And then let's just add a little lateral opening here. Good. And again, go at your own pace. You can move slower. You can move faster. All as it feels good. But as we begin our day, we can wake up our body. Good. And then plant the legs wide here and just swing your arms up and down, up and down, and down. Good. Pumping the arms. This is a Qigong principle that if we swing our arms in different directions about 100 times a day, it's good for our heart. It's good for circulation, lymphatic movement. And then let's alternate. So one up, bring my feet in a little bit. Good. And now if it feels good, you can add a little head turn through. Doesn't matter which way you head turns, just let it go which way is natural. If it's comfortable, move your eyes with it. Good. And then coming back down to center. Let's take the legs wide, little rotation with the tap. Notice that the rotation is coming all the way through the body, not just the arms, moving your hips and knees and feet. Excellent. And tap and tap, tap. Excellent. And then just a little shake. Pumping the heels. You don't have to jump. Keep the toes down. If you want to jump, you can jump. Just shaking, stirring things up. Getting the feet and calves pumping. Helping with the Venus return back up to the heart. Stimulation through the feet and calves every day is good. It'll be good for you walking in the sand, Sharon. We really work the feet and the calves. And then relax it down. Let's do a little bit a cross crawl for the brain. Again, think of alignment, open collarbone, strong spine. Excellent. So good. And every time we do this, we're practicing balance as we stand on one foot. Practicing balance. Now bring the arms down And just kick your heels back towards your buttocks. Kicking back, kicking back. And then we can do the cross crawl there if that feels good. If it's too much to do arms and legs together, you can just do one. Here I suggest legs. That's it. Really good. And bring it down and just shake it out again. Nice, Sharon. Good. Hopefully your body is waking up. Let's take your legs wide, arms out. And we're just going to go from one side, tap and tap, just lengthening through the back of the leg. Excellent. Now you can tap to your thigh. You can tap to your knee. You can tap to your shin. Or you can tap to your toes. What feels right for you? What is your body ready for? As we breathe and move. Let's just do 4 more. Breathing in. Nice work. Yeah. And then bring it all the way up. Good. So I'll just turn sideways. You don't have to, but I'll just turn sideways so you can see. Think of toes pointing forward. We want to anchor in the core and just move your arms in a forward circle motion. Forward circle motion. Feel the balance required as we're moving the arms in the staggered leg position. Excellent. Now pivot, face the other way, toes pointed straight ahead, and now we'll circle backwards. Eyes can be lifted, looking ahead. Tighten your core, tighten your glutes, and then bring it down. Good. Now take the legs wide, a little bit of a turnout, arms fold in front, little bend, and then open. A little bend and open. Bend and open. Nice. Even just getting moving. So you notice if you feel a little release in through the low back, or in through your neck, for example, down and up. Very nice. Let's do 2 more. Open and open. Nice work, Sharon. Well done. Well done. Okay, so let's come down to the floor, always coming down safely to demonstrate. All right, we can take a foot forward. Nice big lunge, come down onto the knee, and then all the way back. So let's just do a little bit of back and forth rocking. This is always nice, I find, when my low back is feeling a little tight. This starts to open up through the low spine. Just rocking back. You can have your toes curled. That feels good to open up through the feet. Or you can have them flat. You can have your knees wide. Sometimes if the low back feels really tight, to open the hips a little here. Take the knees apart, feet together. And then just open back. Good. Just in a range that feels good, right? If there's tension in the knees when you go into a deep flexion of the knees, you don't have to go as far. And then bring it to center. So we'll come into what we call quadruped, where your hips are over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. And let's do a little thread the needle, keep lower belly pulled in. You can take your left hand and reach under and then open. So you're really focusing on where your chest is going, where your sternum is going. So as we open, the arm doesn't have to go back. It can just sort of lift and turn and look and follow your fingers with your eyes. Stay with your breath. Let's change sides. Right hand now, reaching under and lifting with the breath. Good. Reaching under and lifting and reach and open. We'll do 2 more here. Nice. Yeah. Just allow your body to move in a way that feels good. Always asking, what does my body need now? So back into quadruped, hook your toes under and just stretch back into a little downward dog. And you can alternate pressing your heels down. Shoulders are down, your back, lower belly drawn in, stretching through the shoulders, spine, all the way down the back of the leg. Awesome. And then bring it down to your knees. And then just walk your hands forward in one more stretch. Lengthen and breathe. Nice. And then let's come over to a seated position. And we can take your hands at your shins, your hips are open. Open the hips, lift your spine, draw your shoulders down. And then tuck and curl around your back. Lift up, open, collarbone broad. Think of shoulders gently drawing down. And then round and tuck. If you have your towel and you feel like you want support, you can always take your towel behind your thighs and do it this way as well. So you have a little extra help. And up. Good. Curl and open. Let's just do 2 more. The range is not as important as moving in a range where there's a sense of ease, flow, and allowing. And now we're going to take your hands behind your legs. Let's roll all the way down, all the way down. Knees, feet together. Open your arms to a T. And just let your legs just gently go over to one side. Through the breath, belly to spine, come back and over to the other side. We won't do a deep hold just yet. Just that rocking from one side and then over to the other side. And coming up and to one side and to the other. Do each side one more time. Focusing more on the lengthening on the side of your body and over. Come back to center. Bring your right leg towards your chest. Give it a hug. Shoulders relaxed. Collarbone open. And then just switch. Bring the left side and give it a hug. And I find if the low back is particularly tight, keeping the other leg bent to start. And let's just switch. Right leg comes in. Just a little easier on the back, and then left leg comes in. So that's an option to stay with. For now though, straighten your left leg and now bring your right leg in and create a little lengthening tension down the left side. Relax your shoulders. Circle your right ankle. Stay with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's go the other way. Around. And relax. Good. Straighten your right leg out. Bring your left leg in. Create a little lengthening tension down the right side. Shoulders down and back. And just circle your left foot. Good. So creating space in the hip flexors. Sometimes the low back gets tight because we've been bending over a lot, like moving boxes or out in the garden or sitting. Let's circle the other way. So the remedy is actually to move in the opposite direction. Now straighten both legs out. Yeah, and if you like a pillow under your head, you're certainly welcome to do that. Reach your arms overhead and just start to stretch one side of the body and then the other side. One side and then the other. Use your breath. Lengthening and lengthening. Just creating space in the rib cage, space in your abdomen, space in your hip and along your spine. And again, Find your own pace that feels good. It might be faster than mine. It might be slower. Good. All right, bring it back. Bend both knees. Bring your arms down by your side. Just do a little tuck of your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, and then release. So just imagine if there was a marble sitting in the middle of your pelvis and you're just rolling the marble towards your rib cage or your belly button and then down towards your pubic bone. And again, stop at the edge of any tension where you feel the back resisting more movement. Use your glutes to support, so you squeeze your buttocks as you tuck. And then pressing into your feet as well. And you might find as you start to squeeze your glutes and press into your feet, that allows your spine to move a little bit more. You can start to increase the range of motion as it feels good. So we're tuck and squeeze. What's important here is that you're keeping your ribs soft, your ribs heavy, that as you're tucking and lifting, that you're focusing on your knees reaching towards the toes. So it's the lengthening of your hips through your thighs. Breathe, take your time. And what we're doing here now is we're starting to engage the back side of the body. So again, when the low back is tight, the muscles tense up, but they're not actually engaging in a way that supports. So as we release, we activate. Right? We want to release the tension and then we want to activate. So here, push into the feet, squeeze your glutes, press in through your inner thigh. You can do that by pressing into your big toes, or just imagine a small ball between your knees and you're just squeezing the ball without the knees coming together. Let's just do 2 more of these, really allowing the back to loosen up. And 1 more time. And up. Very nice. And bring it all the way down. Now take your arms back out to a T and step your feet nice and wide. My feet here are going wider than the mat. And then we're just going to let the thighs rotate over to the left. If you went right, that's okay. You're thinking about your left thigh coming down to the ground and your right knee reaching long towards the ground. Getting some internal and external hip rotation. And then bring it up and take the legs to the other side. So the emphasis is really on the top leg as you're reaching the knee down, but we're getting some nice external hip rotation on the bottom hip as well. And again, through the breath, just coming up and moving. And legs come up with the breath and over. And let's do each side 1 more time. Notice if your body's relaxing through the motion. As you take long breaths into the belly, are you finding there's more ease in your movement? Maybe it looks like a greater range of motion. Or maybe it just feels like it's less sticky. And then come back to center. Now you can either take your towel and place it behind your head and use the towel as support. So we can do it this way. So I'm lifting from my abdominals, or you can take your hands behind your head, gently press your head into your hands, and start to curl up. Now, the temptation is to tuck your pelvis. The invitation is to keep your pubic bone reaching away from your belly button, so towards your feet, so your pelvis stays flat and level. Your glutes stay relaxed, so that the focus is on using your upper abdominals to lift your upper body. What's important is that we're not pulling on our head. That if you keep your head gently pressing into the hands, you'll notice the back of your neck lengthens, the chin tucks just a little bit. And that we're using the weight of the upper body, including your head, as load for your upper abdominals to lift. So use your breath, exhale, curl, inhale down, and exhale, curl, inhale. Let's do 3 more. Upper body lifts, release it down, and again to come up, and lower down, and to lift, and lower down. Well done. All right. So let's roll on to our sides. You can use a pillow under your head or put your arm under to support your head. And your knees are bent at about 45 degrees. We want to keep your feet together. We want to think about stacking your pelvis. So you can take the top part of your pelvis and reach it away from your ribs so you feel a little bit of space underneath you. So we want to keep that space in your waist from to the floor. So that's what we call stack. We want to roll forward a little so you can take your top arm and reach it so that your weight is a little bit tipped forward. The goal is to activate the gluteus medius. So when we lift, we keep our feet together and we're focusing on external rotation in the hip. It's not a big movement. Again, this is a really important muscle to be engaged to help support our hips and our low back through movement. So every time before you lift, check your stack, check your roll, and then you lift the hip. If we let our waist collapse and our pelvis rise up towards the ribs, we're actually getting more in the low back. Not that it's bad, but it's not what we want to engage. We want to engage the glute med. We lift and lower. Check your stack and roll every time. Be with the breath. And we want to feel some tightening in the side glute. You'll feel a little engagement in the upper hamstring as well. And let's just do 2 more here. The nice thing is these are small muscles that can fatigue fairly quickly. We don't have to do a ton. And then down. Now we're going to bring the top leg up and in front and extend the bottom leg. And we're going to lift. So we're engaging the lower belly and then lifting from the inner thigh. Think of your lower leg lengthening as it lifts, lengthening as it lifts. So part of improving mobility, decreasing tension in the body, as I mentioned earlier, there's the release aspect. There's the releasing of tension, but then we need to activate the muscles that we want to be supporting us while we move. So we release, then we activate. Keep your leg long, knee is straight. You can time your breath, exhale as you lift. Let's just do 2 more here. And up. Nice work. All right. So let's come on to all fours before we transition to the other side. So on the hands and knees. And let's just tuck your pelvis round your back. Think of your nose and pubic bone coming towards center. And then lengthen. Go into extension as it feels good. Think about your sternum pressing forward, shoulder blades pressing down. And then coming through neutral as you tuck, push into the hands. Your shoulder blades widen, but your shoulders don't elevate to the ears. We're focusing on spine mobility, extension, shoulders pressed down. So the head will come up, the eyes will lift, but you're really driving from the sternum into the extension. And then your head follows that. And then round your back, big scoop, push into the hands. and then into extension. So let this feel good. Explore movement in the spine. And then scoop and tuck through the breath. Good. And then lengthen, shoulders pressed down. Let's do that 2 more times. Move at a pace that you can feel what's happening through your body, what your body is responding to, what it's asking for. And then back to neutral. So come to a flat back and just do some circles with your pelvis. Circle in one direction, scoop and tuck, scoop and tuck. The wrists get fatigued, you can always make fists. Support yourself there. And let's circle your pelvis the other way. And circle. Let it feel good. Breathe. Very nice. And around. Good. All right, so let's do the other side. I'm going to come move my head so that I'm facing the camera, but you can be wherever you like. So your knees are about 40 to 45 degrees. You can put a pillow under your head or use your arm. And we want to stack the pelvis. So we're taking the top of the pelvis and lengthening it away from the ribs. You'll feel that space under your waist. And then reach the hand forward so you're rolled. So we've got that stack and rolled forward. As the knee lifts, keep your feet together. And what you can think about here is how your knee is reaching forward as it lifts. Your knee is reaching forward as it lifts. So we have some nice core stability, some activation. It's subtle. You're just drawing the pelvis in, the belly in. You're thinking about your stack and roll as you reach your knee forward. That's it. And the focus area is all around the outer hip, glute, and you'll feel in the upper hamstring as well. So when we are walking, side hip stability is so important. Your gluteus medius, the side hip area, helps keep your pelvis stable while you stand, while you walk, while you move about your day. It also supports the side hip stability of your knee, low back, and even ankles. So when people have ankle, knee, hip, low back issues, we always have to add in hip stability. Let's do 2 more here. Such an important part of our joint health. Lovely. So bring the leg in front, extend the bottom leg out, and we're lengthening as we lift. We remain a little bit tipped forward, just with the knee in front and your arm reaching forward. Keep your bottom leg long, so you're lengthening as you lift. Your foot is relaxed, so the foot of your lifting leg is just coming along for the ride. As we breathe and lift, nice. And let's do 3 more here. Always that stability, the lower belly. You might notice it happening automatically. It's what it's designed to do. And this is what we want to remind it to do. And 1 more time here, and lift and lower. Great job. So we're going to come on to our front, and we're going to place our hands under our shoulders, tuck your chin a little bit, and just think about drawing your elbows down, keeping your forearm and hands flat. This is thoracic extension. Pull your belly button towards your spine, reach your shoulder blades down, and just lift your sternum. If you feel this in low back, you may be lifting too high. So this is quite a small movement. Keep your belly button pulled in towards your spine, and your lower ribs stay on the mat. As you lift your sternum away from the mat, think of lengthening through the crown of your head. Your glutes are relaxed here. So we're lengthening as we lift. Not very high. Ribs stay on the mat. Belly stays pulled in. Glutes are relaxed. Lengthen as you lift. And just one more time. Lengthen. Now, come down, but have your nose just to hover off the mat. Keep your core engaged. Hands can open a little bit more like a goalpost, so they're staying bent, and it's more of like a goalpost position. And your whole lower arm will come off the mat and squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then lower back down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. So your head is in alignment with your upper spine. So you're hovered off the mat. You can roll your eyes up a little bit just to help. And we're just squeezing the shoulder blades. Make sure that you're not lifting the shoulders to your ears, that you're staying open and long through your neck and throat. Exhale, lift and squeeze. And lower down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. And lower down. Let's do two more. Lift and squeeze. Lower down. Lift and squeeze. Place your hands under your shoulders. Push yourself up and stretch back. Take a breath. Good. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to just come to a seated position. You can prop yourself up on a mat, pillow, or chair if you like. And we're just going to take a few breaths to finish our time together. Shoulders relax down and back. Ground center align up through your spine, through the crown of your head. If you feel more comfortable lying on your back, that's fine as well. Or sitting on a chair. And just take a moment to feel into your body. As you take some beautiful breaths. Giving some gratitude to our body for allowing us to move and breathe together today. Thankful for all the things our joints can do. And also being thankful that you showed up today for yourself. Because movement is our greatest asset as we move through life. Movement is what keeps us independent, what allows us to enjoy and go out and do the things we love to do. Pack a bag, to lift a bag, to get to the airport. It is because we can move that we can do all of these things. And one more big breath. Gratitude and appreciation for our magnificent body that is with us for our entire life. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful rest of this day. Namaste. All right.
So Linda, can you hear me?
I can.
I'm just sitting down here. Oh, wow, I can't believe I'm the only person.